Ready.
Okay, so here we are in the sweetener section, and there's lots of agaves now. They've become popular. Everybody's into it. Even Walmart probably has their own brand. All agaves aren't equal. These here aren't raw. If it says raw, then you can hopefully guess that it is. This is a large brand. I personally like getting my agave from Sunfig.
Okay.
Or one of the places where they scrutinize it.
Okay.
There was a big deal, brouhaha, about agave because some distributors were putting things like high fructose corn syrup in there to cut it. And so a lot of people were talking, oh, agave's bad, agave's bad. And I don't care what you're talking about, there's always going to be two sides, there's always going to be a story. You have to do your own research, and you also have to go with someone who scrutinizes, or a distributor who takes really good care to give you a good product. But agave's still good, and I love it. So one of the things that I look for in sweeteners is having some low glycemic options for people who have diabetes, or they can have their blood sugar messed with. Amongst the sweeteners that are great in terms of low glycemic index, none of them are here in this section, but there's another section of the store. Oh, hold on. Here we are. Coconut crystals. So there's this company, Coconut Secret. They've actually come out with a coconut nectar that is low glycemic, and these are the crystals. This is almost identical, acts identically to brown sugar.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It's low on the glycemic index. I love this.
Now, what would make you cook with that? Not cook, you know what I mean. What would make you choose that over something like agave or honey? What are the different uses for those? Why would we have 3 different sweeteners in our house?
Okay, now each agave, honey, the coconut crystals, they all have different underlying tastes.
Okay.
Most of us have grown up with pure cane sugar that's just a pure sweet. A lot of these sweeteners that come from roots or from trees, they have personality, so to speak. Like a dark agave is almost like a maple syrup, whereas yacon syrup is almost like a molasses. They each have their underlying tones and flavors that actually can change the nature of what you're preparing. So when I'm preparing something, if I just want a pure sweet and nothing else, I'll go with the light agave, because it, like cane sugar, is just a pure sweet. If I want something that's caramely or has a molasses flair, I'll go with the dark agave. Yeah. Hi, we're in a real store. I'll go with the dark agave because it's going to give me more of that maple syrup kind of flair. So depending on if I want the other taste that goes with the sweetener, I'll use the different sweeteners.
So what is the crystals that you picked up? What do you use that with? What do you use that for?
I use these anywhere I would want to have a creme brulee effect, wherever I want to have the effect of brown sugar. So I can sprinkle this on my yogurt and it melts right into it. It's beautiful, gorgeous. It's also nice sprinkling it on ice cream. You can sprinkle it on top of things like granola as it's going into the dehydrator for additional texture and additional sweet. It just brings that brown sugar beauty to things that you want to put it on top of. Brown sugar beauty.